there are this one client in Wales.
Yeah.
I have taken a very, very, very hard stance with him because it became quite obvious that the dynamic is unhealthy and she's eating him alive. And so here there was no nuance. And in many cases, unfortunately, when you're dealing with someone who simply has no limits, you have to take a hard stance for your own sanity, for your own well-being, but also to give yourself a chance at a healthy relationship.
Yep.
But in other situation or cases, people are overwhelmed. People lack the right judgment because they're trying to navigate what a post-breakup co-parenting relationship looks like, for example. And in these cases, sometimes it can be very easy to fall into an ego battle, a power struggle, where both people are pulling, and being extremely tough and not nuanced can be counterproductive. I've seen in certain situations where you have to learn to be able to compromise in order to find a happy medium by which we can build unity and find a way forward. But that's when there is some level of a healthy foundation there that to build on. And it's not always the case. Just like the couple of examples that we've found. And when you are enmeshed in a certain dynamic, it's difficult to have perspective. It's difficult to be able to see what the right, appropriate next step is without being emotional. And that's where coaching comes in. And that's where I'm really grateful to have this level of emotional distance and experience to be able to tell a certain individual, okay, no, you need to draw a hard line in the sand because that's how your significant other is actually going to respect you, stay in check, and we can build on. Or no, you have to be a little bit more nuanced and try to see if through compassion and empathy, if we can find a healthy middle ground.
Okay, I see what you mean. I think it's I would like to share one exercise or one vision that I give to my client, and it really helps them. So I'm pretty sure that you will agree also on this one. I will tell my clients, you need to request your ex behavior to be like what you will do in the situation. So let's say, for example, you say no to someone or someone says no to you. What will be your reaction? Will you be mad? Will you make them pay for this no? Or basically you will be able to learn from the no and understand and communicate better. What does it mean exactly? Let's say that you're scared to say no to your ex. Ask yourself, what will be your reaction if you receive a no? And this is what you should expect from your ex. The reason why it's because you will always pay attention to your ex. You will always come from a positive energy. You will always come from a good way of managing the situation. So if you expect your ex to do the same, you will know what is good and what is bad. I see you're a little bit confused. So
I am a little bit confused. I'm trying to understand.
So what I mean by
fully
that,
what you're
yes.
saying.
So I can explain. Basically, I tell my clients, if you know what is a good reaction or not, look at how you will react or what you think is a good reaction. Because sometimes they are scared because their ex is taking advantage of them. And it's not something that they will themselves do to someone. So if they realize that it's not something they will do, they know it's toxic. If they can understand the behavior because it's what they will have done, that means that the other person is not toxic. Because we were defining, how do I know if that person is taking advantage of me or not?
Yeah.
So for an example, for this young lady that I was coaching, I told her, look, how will you react if you leave someone, if you dump them and you're still living together? I will pay the rent. I will honor my commitment.
Yeah.
Okay. So if it's not the case, you know that there is something wrong. You see what I mean?
I understand, but I disagree.
Okay. Love it.
I disagree because a lot of the people that I coach are not in an emotional stable place. They don't make sound decisions. They don't have sound judgment. And if their judgment is the measuring stick, it can lead to quite toxic dynamics, you see? And so there are a lot of individuals that I coach with which this exercise is perfect. It helps to set a certain standard by which they should not be deviating from, so that they are not taken for granted. I agree that I could name 10 individuals that I work with at the moment where this works. But I could also name 10 other individuals who don't trust themselves. They don't trust their own judgment. And quite honestly, they were a big reason why the relationship kind of fell apart, because of their insecurities and some of the behaviors that they have taken with them from previous relationships that are not healthy, the ways that they react.